Welcome to DCL Talk Show. Thursday, we'll be talking about uh, first division, and I have two of our regular analysts. I should not call them analysts. They were anchors also last 2 weeks. So, but definitely, I was in fear when they were driving the show because they were doing better than me. Okay, so with that, before I start, let me welcome our analyst. Welcome to the show, Imti.
Yep, thanks again. It was fun while we are doing the last couple of shows. Glad that you're back and we're back to business. So, welcome to all our listeners on DCL Talk Show on DCL Radio. Yet another interesting week that passed by. Some good games that we'll talk about, and we're almost in the mid-season, so looking forward to this.
See, the best part about the show is, I'm getting a lot of calls from second division. Okay, some of the teams are they're complaining that we are focusing more on division 1 than division 2, and they want more analysis on division 2. So that's a strange thing to me.
But
um,
that's the reason we're doing two separate shows. So I
Two
hope we are
separate shows,
covering
yeah.
most of the divisions and the teams,
Yeah.
right? So.
So, yeah. So, I mean, when somebody says that, I'll go back and listen to everything. But uh, I don't know. We haven't missed anything in Division One or Division Two. We are giving uh, very accurate information, and some of the analysis which I mean, teams are taking it seriously nowadays, and they're listening and they're following some of the hints from our show.
Mm,
Okay, based on what
that's good.
I some of the calls. But anyways, that's one way good news, and it's a complaint, so I don't know how to fix that one. When I checked it, everything looked perfect to me. But anyways, we will try
Yeah.
our level best to do more and more injustice to all the teams for sure. Any thoughts on that? Imti?
No, I thought we that's the like I said, that's the main reason we were like splitting the show into two episodes so
Yeah,
that we can do justice to all the teams and do equal coverage and so that no team gets left out. Again, it's very difficult to do even by splitting this in 1 hour. We're still trying our best. Almost every
best,
show we are
yes.
running over. So
Yeah. See, in, and so one observation that I made is, somehow I see number of games that we discuss in count. Um, First division has lesser games than second division is what I felt last 2-3 weeks. Okay, maybe
Mm,
that is the reason people are thinking that we are talking less about the teams in the division 2 and more about division 1. Okay, so that's only thing I've seen. But regardless, let's quickly jump into our analysis. The first game of the night is Stars versus SLCC Legends. So
in,
I think
in the
Imti is.
process you forgot to introduce Pradip Bhai. I think I don't
Oh,
know.
sorry. Welcome to the show, Pradip. I'm very sorry.
that, no, that's okay. I'm really fired now. No, thank you, Jagan. Welcome back, and thanks, MT. It's always a pleasure to do the show with you guys. Uh, Another exciting week. Looking forward to it. But going back to what you just said, Jagan, about Division Two, maybe people don't know. In the past, the radio show's always been on Thursdays. Maybe we need to publicize the Tuesday show more. Maybe that's the reason why people may not be listening to it. Or
Could be. Yeah.
yeah, that's something I think people need to know more about because we did introduce it, like Imti said, we did introduce a Tuesday show specifically for Division Two. So maybe that'll help people to listen to the radio show on Tuesdays as well.
Thank you. Okay, that's a very good point, and I need to see. After, I haven't checked our stats in recent times. Normally I check
Mm.
after our first show. I look at the stats, and you know, if I see more than 200 people listening our show, and it's like, you know, the pattern is same. You know,
Yeah.
at the beginning we'll have more than 200. In the middle, it goes down, and by the time it comes to playoffs, or 1 week before the playoffs, we'll have a lot more joining our show. I mean, listening our show. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Okay. So in between, I never checked um, how many listening from our Division One and Division Two. I have to go back and check that one. Okay, with that, let's quickly jump into our first game, and it's Stars versus SLCC Legends, and we have a star himself here to walk us through this game. Imti.
Yeah, I don't know if if I'm a star, but again, like this was a very uh, uh, interesting game. I thought, like even last week when we were talking about predictions, this was one game to watch out because both the teams were like doing good so far, trying to up each other. Before this game, I think both the teams had one loss each, and this game would change that stats, right? So getting some headway in the points table. So it was an important game for both the teams in that perspective. Uh, this again, like a couple of points before I go into the stats. So this game was in Southfield, afternoon game. And apparently there was a game in the morning which the field was unplayable, so the teams mutually decided and moved to another game and played their full 25 overs. But in the afternoon, when we went to the ground, it was literally a like big puddle of water still not dried out. So it was actually unplayable, to be honest. Like when we first looked at the ground, it was unplayable. But then kudos to the umpire, Mohammad-AbdulVeeJay from KRCC. Special mention because he was the only person who on that field said, no, we can try to make this work. And he tried his best to dry up the ground. He found some roller lying around there. And then like he literally spent like 30-35 minutes cleaning up and trying to cover that puddle and uh, at least made it look like we can play. So in the process, we lost some time and we started around 3 o'clock and reduced over game 20 overs. So that's the background why it was a 20-over game. Like I said,
Yeah, so
special
kudos
mention.
to the umpire then, Hemant.
Hemant Bharat was really special mention for him, and really we need that kind of people who really push us. And because none of the team members were actually even thinking about playing in those conditions, but then I think he stuck to it and he made sure that yeah, we can get a game here, and he made the game happen. Really appreciate that effort from him.
Cool.
So going into the game, Legends they won the toss, and because of the ground condition, I think they swayed to bowl first. And on the other hand, we were also looking to bat first, so it was a win-win. So Stars going into bat first. Put up a score of 93 in the full quarter of 20 overs. Obviously, all out on the last ball. Uh, thanks to yet again another beautiful innings from Raviteja Reddy, 43 from 46 balls, and anchored around him the entire innings. He had some good partnerships with Mahesh Mutiala in the top, then in the middle with Deepak, Sai Gautam. So there were like a few partnerships of around 20 odd runs, and I think that helped the score go to 93. It was not easy to bat. Some beautiful bowling from Legends. Again, like they are a top-notch bowling lineup. Uh, if we look at the bowling figures, I think everybody among the wickets, but Narne was pick of the bowlers. Although he went for some runs, but he got 3 wickets. Almost got a hat trick as well. I just missed out on that. Uh, but I thought almost all the bowlers were like disciplined and were bowling good. It was hard effort for the batsmen to get those runs. 93 20 over game. Again, it's a par score, I would say, with the bowling lineup that Stars have. I think it was a tough ask, but definitely not very big score, to be honest. Like another 10-15 runs would have been a good target for Legends. So they started off well. Harish and Raviteja both started off aggressively, and they got some runs. Put up like 15 odd runs, 20 odd runs in 4 overs before the first wicket fell. Harish got out first, but then Raviteja stuck there, stayed there for a very long time. Unfortunately, after Harish, they lost a couple of quick wickets, but then the partnership between Prashant and Harish was the key one. They almost put close to 25 run, 25 runs close to, and that partnership was actually looking dangerous. And halfway down at halfway mark, like at 10 over mark, they were actually looking good with 3 wickets down for 45 odd runs, and they needed another 45, 46 runs in the next 10 overs. But then the second half, I think that is where Stars really bounced back, picked up some key wickets at crucial moments, and then the pressure really got to Legends in the chase, and they eventually folded out for 63 in 16 overs. So the second half, like almost in 6 overs, they lost 7 wickets, where the pressure really showed, and then I think they kind of lost wickets there. Bowling figures again, like pick of the bowlers, Arun Kumar, 4 wickets in his score of 3.4 overs, well supported by Saran, Sai Gautam, and myself, picking wickets among the wickets. But I thought everybody bowled beautifully. No pressure no pressure given away from any of the bowlers. Put pressure constantly, and that led to that uh, uh, all out for 63 for Legends. So overall, a very good game for Stars, bouncing back after the first half of this chase. This will definitely be good. Again, Legends, on the other hand, I think were in the game for most part of the game, but then I think in the crucial moments they lost some wickets, and that caused the loss for them.
Yeah, see, in a 20 over game, chasing 93 is a possibility. It's not a tough ask.
Right.
But the way Arun and you bowled are really, amazing bowling.
Yeah, like I said, they were really in the chase, like at 10 over mark. We really were thinking like how can we come back? But again, like always, wickets is the crucial when you're defending. And I think it really was some crucial moments where they lost wickets, which really did the downfall for them.
See, when I looked at the scorecard, this is what I felt about this game. To if you want to really defeat Legends, you should have that military medium style bowling. That's how I felt. Arun and you bowling, you are
Yeah, in a
spinning
way,
it.
yes. In a
Yeah,
way, yes, because pace, giving them pace really didn't help in the beginning. And then I think the middle overs is where I think the game changed, where some medium pace bowling really got the brakes on.
yeah. Okay. The next game of the night is MCC Miles versus Dynamites. From outside, uh, s- any team, you know, they need a captain like Vijay. He's a captain. He's a team owner who sits outside sometimes when for his team, thinking about only about the team, and you know he wants to win the game, so he brought in people from you know from some other league, I think, and finally he's seeing the result, and in fact they're dominating now. So if you look at this game, and any team needs this kind of captain who can bring in resources so that you know their team is happy. At least that's how I felt. Your thoughts, Friday?
Yeah, no, I agree. And Dynamites were headed in the wrong direction, right, in the beginning of the season. They were struggling to win games. They were struggling to make games competitive. I think adding those 2 or 3 bowlers, I think, is a good thing. Um, and they're making the games interesting and closer, which is good. And MCC Miles, um, I think I picked Dynamites to win this one last week. I'm not sure if I remember my picks right, but uh, and I also qualified that with which we don't know which MCC Miles is going to show up. um, that's exactly what happened here with MCC Miles. I don't know. They look really good, at least in my view. But now they're kind of heading in the wrong direction again. I don't know what's going on with Miles, but good win for Dynamites on this one. I have to give kudos to them. But MCC Miles batting first. There were 3 guys for double digits. They got a decent start, 2 for 26 at the end of 6 overs. And then the middle order completely collapsed. They lost 4 wickets for 23 runs. And when you lose your core or heart of the team, I should say actually 5 wickets for 26 runs or 25 runs. When you lose your core batsman that you rely on game in and game out to perform, and they don't, I think that's what's happening here. So, Miles, I don't know what's going on, but I'm having a hard time understanding this MCC Miles. I don't know why. With the talent that they have, they should be doing a whole lot better than this. And but anyway, on the bowling side for Dynamites, we have Siraj taking 4 wickets, Arun Selvaraj taking 3, Mohammad Hassan Khan taking 2. Uh, Rajkumar was slightly expensive, but 12 extras for 69. That's you take that 12 runs away. That's like what 57. Yeah, so that's what was scored from the bat, and that's not a good thing for MCC Miles with the batting lineup that they have. So I don't know where the game was. Let's see, where was this game anyway? Uh, Borden Park too. Was this an afternoon game? Yep. Okay. All right. Yeah, I guess that explains the low scoring part of it. But coming back to the batting side for Dynamites, they did pretty good. They chased the runs and losing only 3 wickets. They got, you know, every partnership was good, at least 19, 20 plus runs. So they were under no pressure at all on this game. So kudos to Dynamites on this win. They won this game convincingly. And on the bowling side for MCC Miles, not a lot here going on. Obviously, they only lost 3 wickets, so good win for Dynamites. And MCC Miles, if you're listening, do something. You guys are way better than this. So that's the only advice that I have for Sanjay.
Okay, the next game of the night is Detroit Titans versus Hawks. Titans are rocking, and last week I think Venu picked Hawks, and I think everybody supported Hawks there. But Titans proved us our analysts wrong by dominating
Yes.
this game. Uh,
This is
okay,
the third time they're proving me wrong. I know that.
yeah. So
Who picked Hawks? Sorry, I don't remember picking Hawks.
I
Venu,
picked Hawks.
Venu
Venu,
picked,
okay.
I picked.
yeah, Venu also
Yeah.
picked Hawks because
Okay,
Venu
so
played.
last week I was hosting, so I was not picking. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, sorry. Can I go?
I know Venu played for Hawks, so that is the reason he picked Hawks.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, again, like you mentioned, I think Detroit Titans is on a roll. Again, like after the first initial setbacks in the season, I think they're just not looking back. They have won some very good games, now fourth in a row, if I remember correctly. Uh, Hawks, on the other hand, the promise that they showed last season somehow is fading away, is what I'm thinking. Now, almost midway in the season, if I'm looking at the points table, they're like at number 8, played 6 games, and they only have one game so far. So a steep climb if they really want to make it to the playoffs. Again, there's still nothing. It's not over for them, but I would say it would definitely take some good wins to get them into the top 6, top 5. That being said, going into the details of the game, Detroit Titans won the toss, selected to bat, the usual stuff, and I think they had some good contributions through their batting scorecard. Prajwal 16, Kalyan 22, Tarun Agara 15. Again, all these some good double-digit contributions in the top 5. I think there were like partnerships around them. Some other scores not really that impressive, but I think definitely it's the partnerships that made it count. Again, thanks to the 19 extras from Hawks, that they eventually were able to make 89. Titans again would have definitely liked something around 100 plus with the way they had the top order perform. But I think the second half really didn't uh, uh, they didn't get that impetus or the fast scoring in the end. and they got all out. Another 10 balls remaining. Who knows? They could have got like 10, 15 runs in that and crossed that 100 run mark, but that did not happen. Eventually got out before the 24th over ended. Uh, Again, the usual suspects in the bowling department for Hawks: Naresh Arkat, Sashank, Vinay, and Vikram Reddy Golamari, who they are always relying on for to deliver in the bowling department. Everybody among wickets. Pick of the bowlers: Naresh, 3 wickets for 10 runs in his score of 5 overs. Uh, good decent performance. I think they did good to restrict Detroit Titans for 89. The only complaint there is that 19 extras. If you take those away, it's like 70, which is again a different ball game when you're chasing 70 versus 90. So I think these are the small things that I think Hawks need to focus on and try to change the outcome of the game. So going into the chasing 90 in 25 overs with the bowling lineup that Titans has, I think it was a tough ask if you ask me, because Hawks have not been on the winning streak. So definitely it was a big ask for them, and I think it kind of showed in their chase as well. Like none of the batsmen got into double digits. I see Sai Kiran, Gunty, Vikram Reddy, Golamari, and Naresh Arkat all trying to stay there, played 20, 16, 18 odd balls in that process, so, scored 7 runs each. But then I think they really didn't get to that second gear or third gear where they had to continue scoring and make some partnerships and take the chase deep. Uh, Never happened. I think losing wickets at constant intervals. When I look at the scorecard, uh, they got bundled out for 44. Even in that 44, it's 10 extra. So they got like 34 runs off the bat, to be honest. So uh, again, what can I say about Detroit Titans bowling? Because in the last few games, I think they have had one bowler really outshine the others, and in this game, it was Parag's turn. After missing out a couple of games, I think he came back here, picking up a fifer. A beautiful spell of bowling, 4.2 overs, 6 runs, and 5 wickets. Uh, Economy rate 1.3. That's just beautiful figures for any bowler. Well supported again by Kalyan, Vineet, and Tarun Agara, also among wickets. But like I said, this bowling lineup is an improved bowling lineup for Detroit Titans. Kalyan Tanjavuru, if he doesn't perform, it's Rani. If Rani doesn't perform, it's Parag. If Parag doesn't perform, it's Tarun. So I think they have a good mix this year. Detroit Titans is really looking good. I would say, to be honest, like moving closer to the playoffs, I think they're really building some confidence, getting all the pieces of the puzzle going right for them. So
See,
that's my
recently, I got little crazy and started looking at the bowler stats. If you look at Naresh Arikatla, okay, Naresh Arkat, Naresh Arkat, he
Mhm.
would in 6 balls he ended up giving 10 runs. If you look at the dots, okay,
Mhm.
and if you look at Parag,
Right.
okay, he gave 6 runs. How many runs
In
he gave?
in
In what?
6 runs. Yeah,
Five
6 runs
five
in.
balls. 6 runs in 5 balls.
Yep.
So it's those are all amazing stats.
Right. Yeah, that's a different way of looking at it. Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
And totally different measure. It gives different measure. See, bowlers have to know this. How many dot balls they are bowling. That way, they will know where they are giving those runs. They can try little better also. That's how I felt.
And the
Okay.
other thing to add to that, Jagan, is to what Imti was saying. You know, I wasn't totally on the Titans bandwagon. I think the third time is a charm, right? So they've convinced me because I was hesitant to jump on their bandwagon after jumping on MCC Mars bandwagon.
Hmm.
But I do think that Titans are playing together as a team. And to your point, MT, everybody contributes, right? If it is Ronnie this week, it's Parag another week, and somebody else another week. So they're picking each other up, and that's the sign of a real team playing together as one. And I think that's what's going to make Titans dangerous.
Yep, I agree. Okay, the next game of the night is United Raptors versus Pokeries. Okay, finally Pokeries won. Your thoughts?
Yeah. So one observation I want to make is Raptors go wherever Butta goes, right? If Butta doesn't, if Butta has a mediocre performance, that's the week that Raptors most likely end up losing. At least that's
Probably,
what the numbers show.
probably we have to bring up this point when
Yeah.
see, I'm planning to do one show from his restaurant. Okay,
Okay.
so then we all will be sitting there and doing the show.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
just
So
talk good about him, or else he won't let us in his restaurant. Just
well,
kidding, just kidding.
this is a compliment, Imti.
Yeah,
But
I know you're complimenting him. I'm just saying, don't say anything bad. That's all.
Yeah. See,
okay. Well,
the
if I
compliment can be
do slap,
interpreted in different way. Like you are failing, so your team is failing.
yeah, no, well, in this case, I do think that he is the heart and soul of the team. I really do.
True, true. I agree. Yeah.
Because I think what he also does, which may not be evident on the stats table, is when he's playing a long inning, whoever's there with him, he talks to them and supports them and encourages them as well, right? That's what's required. Because if you look at his stats, I think he had a couple of 50s or 40s or something like that. So, and it's becoming evident that when Butta doesn't score double digits, somehow Raptors end up on the losing side, at least more often, I should say. But Achilles did play a good inning in this one, scoring 21 runs of 66 balls, so he did play a stable role. Uh, the the fifth wicket partnership, I believe, not the fifth one. Yeah, fifth one. That was the one that took Raptors to a kind of a decent score, I want to say. That's a 30 or 29 run partnership between Achilles and Kiran. But the minute Achilles got out, Kiran followed him right after, right? So everybody else, yeah, they chipped in here 2 or 3. Kiran scoring 7, but nothing else happening here. And I don't know what. I think this was Borden game too. Maybe that's the problem. It was the Borden afternoon games. Okay, yeah. Anyway, so long story short, Raptors didn't put a decent score, but then it's Borden, low scoring. But look at the extras. I don't know how Pokri spit bowl 17 extras. That is what 51. Yeah, 51 runs from the bat, 17 extras. I think that's way too many for a total that small. On the Pokri side, bowling, everybody looks like chipped in with Saranraj taking 4 wickets, Sudarshan taking 2, Arun Tirakanan taking 2, and Vignesh taking 1. But again, every bowler bowled at least one or more wides actually. Pokri's batting, they didn't have too much of a pressure. It looks like they finished the game in 14 plus overs. Yeah, they lost 6 wickets, but I think they won this game comfortably. If you want to ask me, yeah, so 6 wicket. Actually, maybe not. Between Ranjit and whoever the guy was not out, there was 25 run partnership for the 6 wicket. So Ranjit was able to help kind of get them to a total where they could wrap up the game. So yeah, good win for Pokris. And one thing I want to mention, Borden, we played a morning game there, and this was right after there was a lot of rain. One thing I noticed is Borden didn't have the problems that typically that calls for a low scoring game. Every game that played in the morning was a decent score, high scoring game. I think 2 out of the 3 were 100 plus Division Two games. So if it rains the previous night, Borden pitch is going to be pretty good for batting and bowling. When we played there, it was pretty bouncy, but it looks like the afternoon games had some trouble with the pitch. So, but anyway, good game for Pokris, good win for Pokris. Congratulations on the bowling side for Raptors. Pradip is the only guy who took 2 wickets. So, wow, 1 run out in there. All right, cool. Congrats to Pokris. Hard luck to Raptors. But you need to step up your game, man.
See, Pradip, when you said talked about Warden Fields,
Yeah.
in any white sand field, if it rains,
Yes.
it acts good for both
Yep.
innings.
Yep.
At
I
least that's
agree.
what I observed. And see, Gabaji sent a text. He said they played in SCP 2. I believe it is South Field Community Park 2, Field 2, and
Mm.
he
Mm-hmm.
claims that this ground is very bad for batting.
Mm.
Um, I don't know whether it is bad for batting or not, but when the ball goes to the offside, fetching that
Mm.
ball is very difficult. And I
Yep.
umpired one game there between Fighters and Canton Hurricanes. Uh, there was no. I haven't observed any low bounce unless the pitch is spoiled because of the rain. Which might be the opposite case of what I climbed a few minutes ago in a white soil about white soil. But regardless, yes, this is what Gabaji is saying.
Okay.
It's a bad ground. Okay. With that, let's get into our next game. The next game is Red Devils versus Strikers. What a game! It's an awesome game, very close game. And at one point of time, Strikers had a chance to win, but somehow they could not make it. Your thoughts, Imti?
Yeah, that was my exact feeling when I looked at the scorecard. Again, I didn't follow the game on the day of the game, but when I was like trying to get some pointers for the show, looking at the scorecard, I felt like Strikers had a real chance to win this one. High scoring game again. Red Devils third victory back to back after some of the losses initial season. I think finally they are finding their footing and also making good progress towards the playoffs, right? So going into this game, Red Devils finally featuring Swaran Rahul making his first appearance for the season. I think they won the toss and Electrobat had no doubt there. Started off well, I think. Looking at the scorecard, top three, everybody getting into double digits. Swaran Rahul 11, Manoj 23, Yashwardhan 10, again Chanakya 9, Raj Mataru 15, Saigori 20. So if you look at the top half of the batting scorecard, everybody getting starts and contributing towards those small partnerships of 15-20 runs. Uh, Again, I think they were in a good stage in the first half, scoring almost 60, 50 odd runs in the 12 over mark, and then after that, trying to ante the innings. I think 13 extras also helping in the cause. We're able to put up that score of 117 at the end of 25 overs. Uh, Maybe another 10, 15 runs should have definitely been there because the way the top half batted, I think it was definitely a 125 plus uh, looking scorecard. Uh, Again, I think it was definitely something that strikers pulled back in the second half of the innings. Amit Patel was among the wickets, pick of the bowlers for picking 4 wickets in his score of 5 overs. Sujay Yerwa, their captain, picking 3 wickets in his score of 5 overs. But I thought there was a lot of bowling options where they used almost 7 bowlers. Uh, Again, I see some new names there. Monesh, Samarth. I'm not sure if he's playing his first season, but these are some new names that I'm seeing in the strikers lineup. Trying different things in the process. I think gave away those 117 runs on the board. Uh, Again, like we all know, Red Devils is a batting powerhouse, so I think 117 was what they would have been happy after they batted first. Uh, Going into the chase, strikers obviously chasing 117, a big ask. With again, the Red Devils also has a good bowling lineup. Chasing that against that lineup was a tough ask. Going into the chase, I think they lost their a couple of wickets in the second over, and then again like the third wicket also fell in the third over. So they really didn't have the start that they wanted to chase this big score down. But I think that fourth wicket partnership was key, where Sujay Yerwa got with Sarvesh Sharma and put up 30 runs for that fourth wicket and really started the chase going. So um, uh, once Sarvesh got out in the 10th over, Sujay got together with Dinesh Nujala, again a very promising player in strikers lineup. They both scored 31 runs each, but the partnership for the fifth wicket also like 34 runs, 33, 34 runs. I think these two partnerships really set the momentum, set the chase up for strikers. And before Sujay got out, they were 4 for 74 in 17 overs, and I think we're really looking good to chase this down. But once Sujay got out at that point, the next batsman Kishore also tried to build a partnership, but then got out in the 20th over. Then immediately Dinesh getting out in the in a couple of over span. I think that is where when Dinesh got out, I think that kind of shut the doors for strikers chase. But at the end, they were able to get to 105. But I think that partnership between Sujay and Dinesh was really crucial, where it gave them the big hope of chasing this down. But somehow, again, once they lost those 2 wickets, the chase kind of faded away. Uh, Red Devils bowling lineup, they used 8 bowlers in the process. Again, I think it's because of that partnership where they were trying different things to break that big partnership. And once they got that partnership, I think they were able to kind of wrap them down. Pick of the bowlers I thought was Ritain Munshi and Sai Karodi, who picked 3 wickets each. Sachal Chowdhury 2 wickets. Varun Rahul among the wickets as well. But overall, I thought this was a good comeback for Red Devils. Even though they got that big score, at some point it was in danger of being chased down. But I thought they came back beautifully and restricted strikers. A very close call for strikers, but they should take a big confidence booster from this game, because they were very close to chasing this down. And if they had chased this down, that would have done wonders to their confidence. Uh, Again, the points table wise, both the teams, and again, Red Devils in number 3 and Strikers in number 5, not too far off. Uh, Definitely a good game. Again, even though the score difference is like 15 odd runs, but yeah.
See,
And
when you said a team using more than, I mean, around eight bowlers,
Hmm.
this is my personal feeling. Any team that is using more than 6 bowlers has no idea of um, bowling in partners. Okay, so bowling is something that you have to have right partners bowling in tandem. That's when you get wickets. That's my personal feeling. And anybody using more than 6 bowlers means, okay, um, I I don't think they are planning properly for any game. Okay, they're coming with, this day we have eight to 10 bowlers. I can use anybody, but you know if any captain thinks like I can use anybody, you know it's more of looking for luck factor than talent factor. That's how I see it, unless you guys say something else. Okay.
well, let me jump in real quick. First of all, I think, I mean, say if you, I was just looking at the scorecard, Imti. Dinesh got run out. He was scoring at a pretty good clip, 31 of 38 balls. I think if he had stayed there, there was still plenty of balls left when he got out. I think the game strikers could have won the game. I personally believe that. So that run out most likely cost strikers the game on this one. To your point, Jagan, I think it's also possible that they were trying to break that partnership, right? 31 runs in between Sujay and Dinesh. That was the partnership that actually made this game interesting. And I agree, 8 or 9 bowlers is definitely not a good idea. But it shows a sign of desperation where you're trying to break the partnership and you're trying to do everything you can to do that. So, uh, you know, but that doesn't justify using 9 bowlers. I agree. Anyway,
Uh,
that's my
okay.
thought.
Okay. So before we go to next game, I forgot to say, belated birthday wishes, Pradip.
Oh,
Pradeep's
thank you.
birthday was yesterday. Okay. So
And
So, do
just
you
Jagan's
want
guys
to.
share your
birthday was,
birthdays?
Oh yeah,
listen, Jagan is
I'm
3 days
two three
older.
days. Yelder. Okay, so I can yell at him.
Oh, okay.
He's
So yeah,
exactly 3 days
belated
older
birthday
than you.
wishes, Pradip Bhai, and belated birthday wishes, Jagan, on the show. Thanks for
Thank
following
Thanks,
me.
you.
thanks, Imti. Appreciate
Okay.
it.
So our next game of the night is Canton Hurricanes versus GLCC. Your thoughts on this game, Brady?
Yeah, I was just thinking about this game. It looks like all the games that I got today are one-sided games. It looks like,
I don't know. See,
but
I
that's
didn't feel
okay.
like this is one-sided game. When Canton Hurricanes scored 75, I believe they played in Borden Park, if I'm right. When
Yeah,
they
Borden
scored that
Park morning
75,
game.
I thought they posted, they posted what is
Oh,
required on this pitch. Okay,
yeah,
to beat
yeah.
GLCC. And the second half, the, the moment the first two wickets are lost, I'm like, okay, something is going to happen here. But luckily, uh, it didn't. Okay, sorry. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Prati.
no, yeah, no
I think.
worries. Yeah, no, this was the same. We were playing right next to them, right? So this was a Borden pitch, morning game, right after rain, hard. The ball was coming to the bat. There was no uneven bounces. This was a good pitch to bowl and bat on. It's almost like playing a Woodhaven or even maybe Drake sometimes. It's packed soil. When it rains, it gets really hard. And it was a pretty good pitch actually to bowl and bat on. So Canton Hurricanes, of course, getting out for 76. I don't think it was even a challenge. Of course, GLCC made it interesting. They lost two quick wickets there, but anyway, for Canton, yeah, I think there were like two or three different partnerships here. Uh, Third wicket partnership of 26 runs, and let's see, another 14-run partnership for seventh wicket. So those are the two crucial partnerships, I think, that got them to 75. We had contributions from four different guys, double digits, which was really good to see. Prabhu scoring 11, Amit scoring 17, Mukadas scoring 10. Muki can go in different directions on his day. Adarsh Nair scoring 15, seven extras. Yeah, so they got contributions, but they failed to build long partnerships to kind of get 20, 30 runs there. For GLCZ, of course, Prabhu taking four wickets, even though I felt it was a little on the expensive side, 28 of 5 overs, but he got the wickets. And then we had Hitesh taking two, Ajit bowled. Ajit taking two wickets. That's surprising. But anyway, yeah, so it was, I think, 75 for below par for the course for the Borden pitch, which was playing really well. GLCC didn't have trouble except that they lost two quick wickets. Akash scoring 43. Hitesh and Akash, I think, pretty much single-handed, well, I shouldn't say, in pairs, took the game away and brought GLCC home comfortably. On the bowling side, not a lot to talk about except for Hari Pallava taking two wickets of 6 runs and getting a contribution from Parikshit and Amit Sivarai, 1 wicket each. So yeah, I think it was an easy game for GLCC. Of course, Akash and Hitesh kind of stabilized the inning and took the game away, but GLCC did lose two wickets for 7 runs. So this could have been an interesting game if not for that two partnership or two big scores, Akash and Hitesh. So yeah, I think it was a one-sided game really.
Okay, the next game of the night is Bulls versus Indus Thunders. Bulls were on the roll till Indus they faced Indus Thunders. Okay, your thoughts, Imti?
Yes, definitely. That was my opening statement. So, Detroit Bulls, the winning streak broken by Indus Thunders for Detroit Bulls. They were on a roll, won four back-to-back games after their initial loss against Gladiators, if I remember, the first loss, and then now again coming across another ex-champion team, Indus Thunders, and I think Detroit Bulls really had no answers in this game. Bulls batting first were only able to score 69. They did bat the entire 25 overs, but were only able to put 69 on the board. Again, in that 69, it was thanks to Tanmay Zanti, their opener, who has been consistent throughout the season so far, scoring 29 of 52 balls. But again, I think the lack of support, when I say support, run scoring partnerships, I think really made the downfall. Gaurav Hiremat and Harshal Borole, both of them played 20, 25 odd balls, stayed there at the crease, tried to build a partnership with Tanmay, but really, I don't think the scoreboard was ticking at that point. And once they got out, it looks bad when you play for that long and stay there, and if there are no runs against, then that is where I think the pressure builds on the batsmen that are coming afterwards, and that that that's what looks like happened here again until Vikas Sangvi in the end scored that 10 of 10 and gave some last minute runs, eventually scoring 69, six extras there also adding to that total. uh, Detroit Bulls again are way much better than 69 on any given day. It was just not happening for them again. uh, Definitely, Indus Thunder's bowling lineup was a difficult one for them, probably because Indus Thunders is again, I rate them one of the uh, top 3-4 bowling lineups in the league, right? Uh, so you have Vijay, Rohit, Chetan, Dinesh, all Jalaj, all these are like good bowlers who are difficult to get away, and I think that showed in this game. Almost all bowlers used here among wickets. I think the pick was Chetan again, like 4 overs, just 6 runs, 2 wickets, with a paltry economy of 1 run, 1.5. Rahul Shivpuje, Rohit Pawar, all among wickets. So it was a good bowling outing for Indus Thunders, restricting Detroit Bulls for 69. When you get a team that is doing good all out for 69, obviously your confidence will be sky high going into the chase. But Indus Thunders also had their problems in the past few games where whenever they were chasing, they were almost coming way to the end to chase it down, winning by 1 wicket, like 2 runs, very close wins that they had. But this one, I think, also again kind of was going in that direction, but ended up winning in the 15th over for the loss of 7 wickets. Maybe they should have finished this. They finished it quickly, but 7 wickets is something which is very noticeable here. But I think the chase was mastered there by Ronak U Patel in the middle, 28 runs from 26, more than run a ball. I think finally he has some form going for him. I remember seeing some good score last game or the before game from Ronak U. I think Maulik Patel hasn't fired as yet for Indus Thunders, but once that starts happening, I think this batting lineup will look totally different for Indus Thunders. Hoping that will happen soon, and they get that momentum going into the playoffs. Again, eventually, it was in hindsight, this was a very easy win. Score chasing that down in the 15th over, like I said. On the bowling front, it was difficult task for the bowlers to defend 69 against Indus Thunder's batting lineup. But I think Nikhil Sani, Vatsal tried their best. Vatsal picking 4 wickets in 4 overs, and Nikhil Sani picking 3 wickets. But then the other bowlers kind of going for some runs. Uh, really, not much pressure on that low scoring game. So overall, a very good game for Indus Thunders, coming back into a good winning mode. Detroit Bulls, on the other hand, maybe a one-off game. Should not lose uh, a lot of hope there. I think they can definitely bounce back and have some good games. So it's all like shaping up good for all the teams, kind of in the midway. I feel the second half will be really crucial, deciding the standings at the end of the season.
I agree. Yeah, it's
And
going
and
to be
and
more and
it,
more and tough for any teams going forward. Everybody is going to fight well for their teams, so it's going to be tough. Brady,
yeah,
you were
I
saying
had one observation here. I think Roni going back to playing number 4, I think is the right move because Ronnie, I think that's his place, that's his spot where he's comfortable, I think. And I think in the past they had him open with Malik, and maybe that's why he didn't click. But I do think that Ronak coming in at number 4 or even number 5 is probably a better spot for Ronak.
I don't think he opened. He's always played at one down, as far as I remember
Oh,
in the
really?
scorecards.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is
Okay.
one more spot down, number 2. So I think this one
Yeah.
better suits.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I agree. I thought for some reason Malik and Ronak were opening, but I could be wrong. But anyway, I think it's the right spot for him. Number 4 or number 5, I think that's where he's more comfortable, and that's where he should play.
Okay.
And
With that,
yeah,
yeah, go ahead.
just one last thing about the points table. Uh, it's getting really, really interesting, right? I think once all the games, everybody's played the same number of games, what you'll start seeing is the difference between spots is going to be 1 point or 2 points,
Yeah, I
and
see.
that's what's going to make this pool interesting.
It's not just pool. Even the other pool. I mean,
Yeah,
Division 2. Every
yeah,
pool is like that. It's very
yeah,
suffocating there. If you
yeah,
see
yeah,
seriously, have a look at.
yeah,
Even analyzing becomes very tough.
yeah,
So in one of the groups in Division 2, I think at least bottom. Sorry. Um, I was looking at the top 6. At least 4, 5 from in that group, their winning percentage is what 33% or something like that. Okay,
yeah.
one win, one loss, one bonus point will change the fate and that.
Yeah.
Okay,
I,
so
I agree.
with that, we have completed all the games and we'll quickly jump into our predictions. Before we jump into our predictions, I'm sure you both must are watching our World Cup T20. Your thoughts on T20 finals, India versus South Africa, and then we'll get into our DCL. So, Imti, I'll start with you. What do you
Okay,
say?
I was not prepared for this. Maybe Pradip bhai, if you have anything, you can go first. Maybe I'll add.
Yeah. Well, let me take a step,
See,
but
Pradip, before even
yeah.
you start talking about this, and Pradip started watching cricket very recently. Okay,
That's
and
interesting. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
90% of the I doubt he knows the names of Pradip. Who's the captain of India?
I know that Rohit.
Okay, come on,
And
go
then
ahead.
yeah, no, Jagan is right. I started watching. I mean, I've always loved to play the game. I never watched IPL or anything like that until this year. But yeah, so I've been watching the World Cup, and it's going. I don't know. Hopefully, I think India has got a better chance of winning this one. But the momentum for South Africa has been really different, right? They've been hitting on all cylinders. They've got the confidence. Hopefully, that win against Afghanistan doesn't make them too cocky or overconfident because they're facing a completely different beast in the finals. But I do think that India has the edge, and of course, I want India to win, of course. But the only qualifier here is India screwed it up in the 50-over World Cup by changing their strategy completely. I don't know what they're thinking. This is what drives me nuts, right? You have a strategy that you've gotten your team to the finals, and when you come to the finals, you change the bowling. You bring Shami to open
Open,
when
yeah.
you shouldn't have. And then that was the dumbest thing. And this is what I call over analysis, right? Like stick with the team that's gotten you there. Don't change a thing. You got the perfect setup. It's got the winning formula written all over it. And all of a sudden you bring in Shami to open with I don't know who it was, Siraj or somebody else. And that screwed the momentum completely. And it made Shami completely ineffective. But anyway, getting out of my soapbox, I do think that India's got a better chance, but South Africa's got the momentum, really.
Even in today's semifinals, I didn't like changing the batting order. They sent Shivam Dubey way down in the order. He should have come earlier.
Yes,
Okay.
So
See,
yeah,
perception.
he would have taken spinners to dogs. At least, I don't know. That's what I felt. He was useless, literally useless. Coming at that position, he could not do
yeah,
anything. And when you are not using him for bowling, and I don't know what is the purpose of playing
yeah.
him in
He
the
definitely, he definitely should have come ahead of Jadeja.
yeah.
I
So
completely agree.
or if you think you're not going to use that guy in the finals, this is what
Yeah,
I'll with the kind of resources that India team has, replace him with um, Jaiswal.
Samson,
No,
Jaiswal.
Jaiswal.
Jaiswal, I thought was okay. I thought he was back
Jaiswal.
in India.
No,
No,
no, that is Gill.
okay,
Baseball is here,
Yeah,
okay,
Jaiswal is here.
but
He's in the team. We make him
okay.
opener, one down Virat Kohli, and then rest follows. That's how it should be.
Mm.
I highly doubt they would change a winning combination at this
True, true.
stage.
Yeah,
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 but
yeah.
yeah, unless an injury or something forces them to change, I don't see that happening.
This is
And
the
again, in
see.
this game as well, right? Shivam Dubey, again, the perception is he's good against spinners, and I think
Mm.
I don't know. Uh, I did not watch the game live. I was just following the scores, but I don't know if there was a chance where spinners were bowling and he did not come on at that point. I thought when the wickets fell, it was the fast bowlers that were bowling, and that's why I think he kind of got pushed down. That's
No,
what
no,
I
no.
kind of know. Okay,
No. See, there were two. There were two spinners were operating. Both.
okay.
Um, I forgot the names. Okay, two of their
Adil
spinners. They
Rashid
bowled well.
and
Adil
Liam
Rashid
Livingston.
and there's
Liam
Liam
Livingston.
Livingston.
Livingston,
Yeah.
Livingston.
Livingston.
Yeah.
Yeah, when these two are bowling, actually, game got a little slow down. They bowled really well, but he could have taken them with the kind. See, he has that height and he has the talent to go for a kill for especially against spinners. But somehow they missed it. Okay, Imti, do you want to add anything?
Yeah, I think one interesting fact that I read was so far no team has won a T20 World Cup by winning all the games. So it will be the first time if it happens. It will happen obviously because both India and South Africa are unbeaten. So
Yeah.
it is bound to happen. So that would be a interesting stat, I thought. But again, both of them are doing good in that winning momentum streak. Like Pradip Bhai said, I think India has a slight edge. Again, playing the knockouts on a regular basis, whereas South Africa is like historically choked at right moments and were not able to qualify further in the playoffs. So that would definitely be in the back of the mind. So I think, and I hope it does not play a big factor and it does not end up as a dud. Uh, I hope it will be an interesting game. Whichever way it goes, I think uh, I I'll definitely root for India, but then again, a small SRH fan also will be happy because there are a lot of SRH players in South Africa. So
Yeah. Okay. Um, with that, we'll quickly jump into our predictions. The first game of the night is Hitman. We are doing only Division 1. Hitman versus MCC Miles. Imti.
I would want to root for MCC Miles. I hope the last two games are a wake up call for them and they come back strong. But Hitman will definitely give them a strong fight. I think MCC Miles eventually.
Okay. Brady.
Yeah, I
He doesn't want to go
all
on
right.
MCC Miles bandwagon.
It's like I don't know what to do here, but yeah, I'll just take the experience on this one and go with MCC Miles.
Okay. The next one is Fighters versus KRC. Imti.
This will be an interesting one. I think again both I think lost their last games that they played. Uh, I think I'll root for KRCC in this one. Just just a gut feeling. KRCC.
Brady.
Where is SCP? Is that Southfield?
Southfield.
Yeah,
Yes.
Southfield. Yes.
Okay, I'll go with Fighters.
Fighters.
Gabaji just mentioned it's
G-
not a good batting surface.
good
So
batting. So I want to say, Gabaji, if you are listening the show, just send me your prediction between
Fighters versus
KRCC and
KRCC.
Fighters. Because I'm asking you because you guys played there, and you might have seen these two teams. Okay, if you are still listening, send the prediction. Thank you. Uh, the next game is FCC versus Pokeries. I think Pokeries all for this game.
Yeah,
What do you?
yeah, definitely. I would root for Pookies to win this one.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I would agree. I think FCC's got something to play for. I don't know where they are in the pool. Let's see. Yeah, 1-4. So they have, I think they have to prove something here, being part of Division One, and I think they're slowly getting Amit back, and hopefully they come with a full team here to play against Pokeries. But yeah, I mean, I'll go with Pokeries on this one because they proved me correct so far.
okay, I'm umpiring this game. So let's see how it goes.
Okay.
The next game is United Raptors versus Stars. Okay, I'm. We will skip Imti here, and ba- based on this game, we'll have a show. We'll have a show at the restaurant then. Okay.
Are we still trying to be nice to Bata?
Let's see. Let's see how we.
Well,
What do you
if we are, then I'll go with Raptors. If not, I'll go with Stars.
say? Okay.
No,
So
I'll go with Stars on this one.
stars. Yeah, I'm thinking stars will win this one. The next one is Gladiators versus Hawks. Gladiators. Any objections there? No.
Nope.
Yeah, no,
So
I think it will be Gladiators.
yeah, the most interesting game is going to be Detroit Titans versus Red Devils. Okay. Titans are on the roll. Red Devils are slogging. Okay. So,
Mhm.
Imti,
Yeah, this is a tough one to pick. I think it's happening in WCP probably next to our game, so we'll have a close watch on this one as well. Again, like you said, both teams are doing good form-wise. I think have wins under their belt, so this will be a tough game. Hopefully, it doesn't turn out to be a one-sided. But think I think I'll stick to Titans on this one.
Titans.
Just
Okay. Praddy,
yeah,
what
gut
do you say?
feeling.
Yeah. This is going to be a good one.
Praddy, you may jinx. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, I'll go with Red Devils.
Red Devils. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what
Hey,
happens.
where is WCP
Woodhaven.
Woodhaven?
Yes.
Woodhaven Community Park.
In Jagan, you're umpiring in the morning?
Yes.
Okay, we should carpool.
Oh, okay. Come.
All right, cool.
Deal done. Okay. The next game of the night is Troy Hawks versus Strikers. I wanted to give it to Strikers, but I don't know. Imti, what do you
Ah,
say?
I'll still give it to strikers from my
Hmm.
side because again, like Troy Hawks has been a little on and off. I think strikers is doing consistent. Last game just I think fell apart in the last minute. So I think strikers are really doing good. So
Okay. You're Strikers. Okay. Praddy, what do you say?
Yeah, I'll go with Strikers too on this one. Strikers. I umpired one of the games. I like what I see. And getting that close to Red Devils, chasing 113 or whatever it was. That's pretty interesting. So I'll go with Strikers.
Strikers. Okay. The last game of the night is Canton Hurricanes versus Dynamites. I'm thinking Dynamites. Any objections there?
it has to be. This is a rescheduled game. So if it had
Reschedule. Yeah.
happened in the original schedule, I think it would have been different. But yeah, Dynamites with the way that they are doing the past few games, Dynamites, yes.
Dynamites. Okay. Okay. With that, we have covered all the games, and we will close the show with the last words, and especially with the finals, World Cup finals. So, what do you say, Imti?
Yeah, I know it's interesting. Finals are being played, the T20 World Cup finals on the same day that most of these games are happening. So unfortunate that we won't be able to watch. But I think most people will be like half and half in the ground and half on the TV kind of thing. So hopefully we get good games on the ground and on the telecast as well. Hoping the weather gods again like show mercy because there is some rain forecast. So hopefully we get the games and we
This
get
is
to
a
talk
very
about it.
You know what? Very first time,
Interesting.
almost all the entire league is praying for rain. You know
Yes, that is an interesting point,
what?
and sometimes it's good with some grounds where they give us the notice very early saying that the games are called off, but some grounds we have to go to the grounds unless, uh, yeah, right. That is a difficult part. So yeah, like you said, I think most of them are praying for the rain to show up. So uh,
At this time, there is a
yeah,
75% chance of rain.
yeah. See, the,
For
the
us,
tricky part is you wish for rain, so and almost similar weather in the Caribbean. So so it's like you're asking for something, but then only half of it to be true. So again,
No,
like just
see,
jokes apart.
this
Yeah,
this rain prediction is from morning 6 to 12. 75% of rain, 75 percentage between 6 to 12. Okay, so if you go there by 8:30, if it is raining, and you can set up with umpires saying that it's unplayable, chalo, go home, watch the game. By 10:30, you're at home and watching the game, right? I'm giving wrong ideas here. Sorry, sorry, Imti, I stopped
that's
you.
fine. No, no, I think I was almost done. So yeah, if the games happen, best of luck to all the teams, and hope we get to talk some interesting games next week. So and also celebrate India's victory, hopefully. So
Hopefully, yeah. Pradip.
yeah. So you're looking at Barbados weather, 70% chance of
No, I'm
rain, right?
looking at local weather.
Well, the Barbados has 70% chance of rain on Saturday as well.
Okay.
So, so either way, you're screwed, right? You if
Do
that
we have
game
reserve
rains,
day? Do we have reserve day for finals?
I'm sure they do. You
I
can't do
hope
a
so. But see,
DLS
today
on the finals.
for semi-finals there is no reserve day.
yeah, so for
Yeah.
finals there is a reserve day. So I was actually talking about this with someone because semi-finals and the finals there was only 1 day gap, so there is no reserve day for semi-final. That was the reason basically.
Hmm.
Because if this gets pushed, then you can really cannot push finals, and there's just back-to-back games for the team, right? So that's
Yeah.
the reason there's
Yeah.
no. Yep.
They should have planned it a little better. At least that's how I
Yeah,
felt.
all
You
thanks
know.
to BCCI, I guess. I don't know.
Uh, no, I don't blame BCCI for anything. They are doing good. They are helping the
Okay,
world.
okay.
Okay. See, without BCCI, a lot of people wouldn't be earning that kind of money playing cricket. So I'd say every cricketer has to be very, very thankful to BCCI, IPL. Okay. Sorry. Praddy.
What was the question, Jagan? I forgot.
No,
Your
last
final
words.
words for the show.
Final words for the show.
I thought we
Yeah.
were talking about the finals. All right. Yeah, thanks, Jagan. It was fun. Good luck to everybody. Hopefully you have Sling app that you can watch on the ground while you're sitting in the dugout. But it looks like the forecast is the same as our forecast, 70%. So let's just hope that we both play the game and not have a makeup game, unlike what Jagan just said. But thank you for listening, and it was fun.
Okay. With that, we are concluding tonight's show. Thank you, guys. Thank you, MT. Thank you, Praddy. And thank you, all listeners. Good night.
Yeah, good night.